What's up, fellas? It's been a while since I've done this, and I am in hostile territory right now because I am not home. But yeah, we've got this Smogon Tour 24 quarterfinal series between Posho, the reigning champion, who's made finals 2 seasons in a row, against the newcomer Kory2600, who defeated reyscarface in round one. Whereas Posho in round one defeated Teal 6. So we're seeing Scizor against Gardevoir. Scizor U-turning out, knowing Gardevoir doesn't want to risk any bullet punch stuff, even though HP Fire and Will-O-Wisp are both threatening. You generally want to hit those on a switch and not in a one-on-one. So good move from Corey. He finds out that Posho's dropped his helmet, which is pretty likely with the Mola from the likely Assault Vest Torn, given that otherwise he doesn't really have a Keldeo check, since Loma Mola can be okay, but generally prefers backup. So the bulky nature of the team generally would suggest that a helmet on Chomp is not out of the question. Pretty likely Scarf Drill there, I think. It's possible that we have that max attack, max speed, leftovers, spin, toxic Ironhead EQ set, which I think is great with Mold Breaker, but I think it's likely that we see Scarf Drill and some sort of mixed Curum. And Wish Mola, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Wish on Gardevoir as well, although that's pretty rare. So let's take that back. Let's say Protect Will-O-Wisp Hyper Voice. Whereas Corey is running up with some very standard Aura stuff. He's got all the big goons. Here comes the Assault Vest Torn. And that Scald does a lot of damage and gets the first turn burn. Of course, he can pivot into Mola pretty safely. So, from this point on, knowing he's not going to sub Calm Mind and start causing issues, and even then, Gardevoir's Hyper Voice does go through sub, so not that anyone really uses sub Calm Mind Keldeo anymore. It's been a very long time. But yeah, we're going to see a U-turn here almost surely, or a knockoff. Nope, he's going to U-turn to be safe, because that covered every option. While knockoff is nice for, it also covered not getting trapped by Tyranitar, even though the switch there was extremely unlikely, because he'll have plenty more opportunities to do that. Now, Gardevoir's not fearing Thunder Wave, as he's going to taunt. And I was going to say sub or taunt, and Corey is very intelligent. He knows that you wouldn't let just Gardevoir just get T-Waved for nothing. It's not like he has Healing Wish, just to rip a chunk out of him. So either sub or taunt were feasible there, and nice move. It's taunt. Wow, that is not a common Gardevoir set, as he switches out of there, avoiding any nonsense. Or not nonsense, but potential trickery that would be aimed there. And Clefable also has a good matchup against the Garchomp that could possibly switch in, and a Hyper Voice crit, and there goes Clef. We don't know what he went for, but that is exceedingly lame. So, could be Rock's Clef, which would suggest Scarflando, which is probably likeliest given as T-Tar is almost always banned, and Keldeo is Specs. So, and it's interesting that he would go to that, because Clefable or Executor just seemed like such a good switch at that point, so not sure. Anyway, so Scizor is forced back in. And, well, ideally, Loma Mola can pass some wishes to Chomp, but if he starts SDing as Mola comes in, and Scald doesn't go his way, then he could potentially be in some trouble. Actually, no, it's bulky enough to tank. Well, no, I'm thinking like SD on Mola switch, SD again on Wish, and Garchomp can't be taking. Well, it might be able to take +4, but that's an extremely convoluted situation. I doubt will happen. Sorry, I've been out of it for a while. So Keldeo comes in on Chomp. This Keldeo is also pretty threatening, so it's not all is lost. Clefable is pretty much just going to get a Brox and switch into Torn maybe, but he's got Rotom for that. So while it sucks, it does not have damage on Gardevoir either, especially because Gardevoir, it tends to sometimes be annoying to get Gardevoir into that Keldeo Hydro Pump range. So that definitely sucks, and it's likely that was his rocker too, but I think he can manage to play his way around it. Although I think Mola is very likely here. Now if he's Focus Blast on Keldeo, which I almost always run because I think it's amazing, it just drops the shit out of Rotom, and it's great for stuff like Gastrodon and Mola. So I don't think he is that. He's going to go to Scizor, roost up, and this is a free Scald, which is not good. Although I think the roost is so obvious. It's roost or Rotom. So I was gonna say go to Chomp and get rocks up. No, he's just gonna Scald away. Yeah, I mean I don't think I like that because now he can U-turn again and go to Rotom for free. Yeah, I think Garchomp was a much better play there. I think that was just greedy because he had the free Scald and it still does. And burning Rotom isn't bad, given how annoying Torn is. But since Torn is burned, and I just can't really. Now if this mirror coats, I'm gonna laugh, which makes me think he almost might want to go T-Tar here because that'd be really funny to get mirror coated and just die. And the Scizor, okay, he's just gonna Toxic. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not really down with what Posho's doing here. I mean, he's wearing the Scizor down, no doubt, with this, but he's just gonna heal again because Kory showed that he could play very well in last round, and he just could have had rocks. And I think it's pretty unlikely that Kory's Scizor is a defogger. I think it's almost surely a Swords dancing variant. So Sword is good. Also, Tornadus does not kill Keldeo without any investment on its Hurricane. Let's see, the Self has Pivot has fucking a million special attack just for the purpose of killing Keldeo at full, which is stupid. It's outdated, so it's not really that. But okay, yeah, it's 18 or 19% to Oko with zero special attacks. So is he gonna go for it? No, he's gonna U-turn, knowing that he could just that was a good move because he could U-turn into Gardevoir because Gardevoir resists shit out of Secret Sword as well. So now I think, do we see the rocks finally? I think it'd almost be worth it to take the Garchomp out if it comes in because it's a tank chomp. It's not really hurting Tyranitar. And if it hurts you and you kill it, then you don't have to deal with the rocks, which is really nice. And Tyranitar's health isn't really needed. Like, I mean, obviously it'll be nice, but basically, when you have Scizor, I guess the Scald thing was like, if I Scald burn the Scizor, then Kyurem is almost sure to just truck him, and it'll really help Gardevoir as well. But I just think it was a much safer play to get rocks, because that would have saved health on Garchomp and just put a lot more pressure on. So, I mean, if Kory's dealing with rocks, then he's already on a timer against Posho's team, and Posho's team really likes when the opponent's team can't get rid of hazards and is on a timer. And the Taunt Gardevoir even helps in making sure they can't defog. Not that a lot really defogs on Gardevoir, I mean, because, Lotties just get crushed, but something like a healthy Zapdos or a Skarmory, or, no, that's really it, but that's the idea. And Taunt also helps making sure that something like Clefable doesn't heal off, although I guess that's a silly example because nothing really. It's more for Mew, I would say, the taunt, because if Clef is at a range where healing just screws it would screw you, then you're just going to blast it with Hyper Voice. So, speaking of Hyper Voice, we're about to see it as it comes in. Posho is calcing against Tyranitar spreads, and it's also very likely his last move is Focus Blast, which would also dent Scizor nicely and give him a free switch. But I just don't see him getting up the rocks now if he doesn't go to. Maybe he's afraid of Scarf Tar, but that would mean Landorus just automatically win, or Zardex automatically wins. Wait, no, that's fucking stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I had this crazy idea that Scarf Lando was somehow a Zardex check. I mean, it is in conjunction with like Heatran, but maybe his T-Wave wrote him anyway. But I mean, let me try to regroup a little here. He's going to go to Scizor, which is pretty low, and he's going to scare it out. Now, taking Garchomp down denies rocks for Posho, but it also kills Scizor, which is no longer that much of a threat. I just don't see it now. If he roosts, on the Garchomp switch, then he picks it up. Then he can go to Mola and threaten Scald Burn and Wish Up. Because Corey's not going to risk Scald burning him if he doesn't have to, especially when Rotom can actually get something going against Posho's team. So Garchomp still has a few more opportunities. He can switch in on WoW or Volt Switch and get rocks up. He's going to go to Chomp, and Corey pulls out the Roost. Very, very nice move. He's certainly not afraid to make big plays. Corey truly is in the house. Anyway, so there's the Mola pivot, as now he's going to U-turn again. And yep, and Posho's going to throw up a Wish. Here comes Rotom. I wonder what he passes to. I guess he could go to, well, no, because Volt just brings back Scizor. Kyurem brings in Scizor, too. Of course, Volting isn't as mindless as you'd like, because he can, yeah, Hydro would kill Garchomp. Of course, Posho makes a good play, knowing that Scizor coming in again isn't the end of the world, even though it is really scary. Because if he's not healthy enough and he kills Garchomp, because Garchomp just forced him to BP, then he might be in range for Excadrill. So, and that's another Hyper Voice crit KO. That is not good. So Volt Switch would have. Actually, I'm not sure if it puts it in Keldeo range. I think it's still a little too much. Plus, it might have bulk since it's Taunt WoW, which usually means, not always, DPP Gengar, for example. Nice, U-turning right away. I mean, he goes to T-Tar here, right? Yep, definitely. It's time for the Bantar to start poking some holes, because there's no Dark Resist. But the Rock Resist is 4 times, so I'm not so sure about that one. Is he going to double the Lando? Is he just going to fire away? That doesn't do a bad chunk. And Lando, the safe move. And he does eat the Iron Head for another... Jesus, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, Corey's had a couple ways he could win this game that I'm not entirely covering right now, as he Stone Edges trying to catch the Torn, possibly. On a U-turn, but Posho makes a safe move and Mola's it up. And now he's forced to go to Scizor on Mola, definitely not what he wants. I mean, without Rotom, then he can't really do much. U-turn, is he even going to U-turn too? This is just looking like Posho's game now. That was really lame. I'm missing a lot of things. It's been a while. But, oh, he can Toxic. Well, that works. It's funny because in his round 1 game, then Corey showed Toxic against Ray's Suicune, and that allowed him to get a double switch off to win the game. Well, to continue having a chance at the game. So now he's just going to keep firing off Scalds. Not burning today, but Scizor's scary. Honestly, even with a burn, Scizor might be scary. No, he's going. Hey, this is his last chance to win the game. He had a couple other ways of pressuring, given Posho's resistances and such, and given how passing wishes to Garchomp wasn't always that fruitful, and nothing really liked to take a Will-O-Wisp from Rotom. Just gonna keep U-turning. I mean, now there goes Torn, because T-Tar's just gonna trap it. So, because I don't think it's a good idea to let have any Pokemon left alive. I guess he can remove the band at least. I think it's better than doing 13% with U-turn. So he's just gonna knock off. So, Boar in again. Wire. He's gonna get chipped by Sand a little. So T-Tar dies. And Here comes Scizor once more. Possibly the Scarf Lando? Nope, he's just going right to that all-important Scizor. Well, the thing is, Scizor is so threatening now, because Bullet Punch either... No, he's just going to keep... He fearlessly U-turns every time. My god. He's going to go to Lando. Okay, it'd be really funny if he exploded, knowing that the likelihood of Protect was very, very low, but there go lefties. Here comes a Scald. I think, does he go to Keld? He does. He gets him on wire. Not so good. That was a great move from Posho. Very, very heads up. And I feel like I hope I get back into this more regularly so I can analyze quicker on the fly. That was an interesting move. That was nice on Posho's end, because if he goes for any Hydro Junk, then Kyurem eats it up. And this might have HP Fire. So he's going to go to Keldeo and gets Fusion Bolted. Nice move from Posho. Knowing... Well, now I guess he doesn't really have a choice but to go for it. Although there is no more ground resist, I'm noticing. Yeah, and if Kyurem goes down, there's Fusion Bolt again. He's going to roost up, though. And here comes the Swords Dance. Very nice playing from both players, despite that hacks. And okay, he's got to be Defog Scizor. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's going for the Lando sweep. Oh god, really hope he doesn't Scald here, huh? And yep, the Wish goes up. Well, now nothing switches into this Earthquake. Very nice move. That was beautiful. Wow, this is a great battle. I wish I could have covered what Kory's plans were at the beginning more, given the matchups and Posho's as well. But this is, but that's for another time. So let's see who's he sacking. I think he sacks Kyurem because, let's see, Gardevoir is gonna be taking how much? Let's just assume no bulk Gardevoir. I know I said Taunt Wow, but I don't want to assume some ridiculous amount of bulk. So EQ is doing 92. Holy shit. Okay, no bulk has a chance to die, so he has to keep it at high health. So he is going to sack the Kyurem, which... Does he go to Mola once more? He's just regenning that shit up, I think. So Kyurem is healthy now. Gonna throw up another wish and do that dance again. And now that Kyurem's healthy, he can actually switch into Lando EQ, perhaps. EQ doing 45 to 53. So, well, he might be minus defense. So, in which case it's 50 minimum. But yeah. So, Wish gets Garchomp in. He's just really keeping Mola healed. I think, does he go back to it now? I think the move is almost certain, is definitely Bullet Punch from Kory. So, and now that it's almost certainly not Swords Dance, maybe what you want to start doing is going to Excadrill on it, because Excadrill is useless against Lando. Because it's not like using its 4 times resist to Stone Edge is going to do anything, given the other Pokemon. Well, I mean, I just don't see a scenario where it's Kyurem and Excadrill, and he has to use Stone Edge to kill Kyurem, and that means he doesn't kill Exca, and that's how he loses. Unless he EQ crits the Kyurem or something, you know? So, I think Posho is thinking about it, which is good. I think he can just go Mola back here, just for the regen, and no matter what, he can just sack Chomp again after. And see, this is why, look at what happened. I guess if the Scissors defog, then that changes some things. But he took more damage. I mean, he did get crit, which, I mean, I think I wonder if he's out of range. If he's like max defense, actually not a lot of people are max defense tank Chomp, which is a shame because speed on it is utterly useless, I'm telling you. But I bet it might be able to live, like, if it's defog, then it's all defensive. So no investment, so... Bullet Punch. Wow. Yeah. Okay, if it's burned, then I don't think it's killing. Bullet Punch is doing 8.9 to 10. So, yep, he Fire Blast, he kills it. And that's the game. Nice move on Posho's end. I mean, the Hex was really lame, but I mean, what can you do, I guess. So, yeah, moving on to game 2. And we begin Sun and Moon now. And I just realized I played the Sun and Moon boss theme for Oris, so I'm now going to play the Oris theme for Sun and Moon. Anyway, so we've got 2 Kartanas, 2 Titars, 2 Landos, 2 Pexes. So the different Pokemon are a Manectric and a Tapu Bulu from Kory, and a Magnezone and a Clefable from Posho. So Kory's team has Bulu powering up Kartana and healing it. Of course, it also powers up Posho's Kartana. It's funny because at the beginning of Sun and Moon, then Kartana was kind of like some stupid bullshit Pokemon, and now it's just been recognized to be really, really good. So, and Bantar is everywhere post Dugtrio ban, of course. So, if it's Scarf Magnezone, like was seen in a Snake game, the tiebreaker between C. Duma and Lycans, where it surprise killed the Mega Metacham, then maybe people are now saying, hey, Scarf Magnezone is actually pretty good. It's just fast enough. So we see something that happens in just about every Sun and Moon game. 2 Landorus Therians facing off and using rocks, although usually it's one switching into the other. And now, usually they trade HP Ices, but Kory's going right for the Z Supersonic Sky Strike and does a fuckload to Clefable, even at -1. My god. So this gives him his free switch as Clef is forced to soft-boiled. I don't think it's a Flamethrower Clef, given the Magnezone. So here comes Bulu instead, safer move. And people don't really use Band Bulu, but it is so stupid with CV Woodhammer. So, of course, it doesn't do a ton to Kartana, but he's going to Nature's Madness, and so who knows what kind of set this is. Taunt, Leech, Nature's Madness, sounds like fun to me. And in comes Kartana, scaring Bulu out with Smart Strike. Of course, Kory's Lando is at full, so he can temporarily assuage anything. But the Grassy Terrain-powered Leaf Blade is still going to hurt a lot, because Kartana is really fucking strong. So, I think there's a... I wonder if there's a move that... No, he's just going to Leaf Blade away, knowing it's going to do a lot. And he's going to Superpower, and down goes Kartana. Granted, I am not up to date with Sun and Moon at all. But that's really cool. I thought Nature's Madness would lend itself to some sort of wacky defensive set, especially since he's got a Toxapex on his team with Taunt and such. And who knows, maybe he still has Leech, Nature's Superpower, Horn Leech, or Woodhammer or something. But that seems cool, you bring something down to 50 and then it's suddenly in KO range. And here comes T-Tar. Okay, so that's a Scarf Tar, or he's... Because he can't be... I think it's a Scarf Tar because he's not so desperate that he has to bluff. Because, he has a Toxapex and a Lando. So he's just going to Scarf Tar, maybe he fires off Ice Punch. No, it's Mega Tar. Okay, I guess he assumed the Bulu was not Jolly with Superpower, because that would outrun a Mega Tar. And I guess at -1 with T-Tar's massive bulk, then it wouldn't KO, but it just seems like a big hit to take. Although, I guess with Kartana and Lando, well, I don't know, I guess he just felt it was the best move, and it was likely that the Bulu was adamant, so... T-Tar is going to run from this, though. I think Posho's almost surely going to his Lando, because there's nothing that can really punish him severely for it. And Clefable's at full, so a double switch to Manectric is not the end of the world. We're going to see Pex instead, but Posho's going to Lando. No, he's going to Clef? Okay, that's something. He's gonna start Calm Minding up. Are we gonna see one of those Clefable sets that lure Toxapex with Z or hell just stored power? Nope, Thunder. Yup, it's lefties, but it's still got Thunder and it gets hazed. But the Pex is still taking sand damage. He's gonna have to regen out. And here comes a Moonblast, perhaps. Yup, and Bulu does not take shit. Holy shit. Is that a Salt Vest? That has to be that's a cool set, man. That does nothing. So cool. I mean, that's cool. I mean, Nature's Madness on an Assault Vest set. I mean, helps with checking the Dangerous Greninja, of course, because Toxapex is incredible, but taking some stress off it is nice. So yeah, Nature's Madness on an Assault Vest set lets you be useful against fatter shit, while just being strong as fuck against offense, like Lulu usually is. So here comes Manectric into zone as Posho goes into Landorus. I think it's likeliest that his Kartana was Scarf. Mega, is it going to be Scarf Rocks Lando? It is! And he crits U-turn through Intimidate. Yikes. And T-Tar comes in to absorb that. He's going to appreciate that grassy terrain. And Kory was also expecting the Scarf Kartana. But Lando with the Scarf Rocks action, not so much. So here comes Megatar. Now something almost surely dies. No, oh no, he showed Ice Punch. He's not going to be thwarted by Kartana. I don't think I've seen... Yep, Kartana's faster. He got Grassy Terrain first, so that is Scarf. He's going to want to get out of there. And I think... And nothing real... I guess Magnezone threatens to trap it, which I guess is the problem. So I think you can go to Toxapex, because only Leaf Blade threatens to do anything whatsoever, and if it's Scarf, then it's not going to do shit. And he needs a Sacred Sword lock in to not die to Magnezone, so... He is going to Pex, and he does Leaf Blade, knowing that's going to do the most amount of damage. Now, does he let Toxapex die to assure that either Pex heals or get the trap? Or, nope, he's going right to Magnezone, and Kory makes a great move and goes to Tyranitar. Now, his is almost surely banded, and he gets Pursuited. Jesus H. Now that Scarf Kartana is going to Leaf Blade all over the fucking place. Especially because Lando's Scarf, meaning not a lot of bulk. And hell, if this Lando... Well, I think he just safely switched his own Lando. He's doing great right now. Hell, if he locks into U-turn here, he can pursue it. Or he can just go to Kartana, I guess, and start Leaf Blading shit. Yikes. God, Kory is a monster. So, here comes Clef, of course, still a threat. And even with Pex, God, this is a good series. I'm enjoying myself. So, is he going to go to the AV Bulu again? I wonder what that... Oh, no, he showed Thunder. I'm sorry. Bulu's good because it also powers up Kartana for Ultimate Sweepage. And he's going for some Thunder Paralysis, like this is GSC. I love it. Of course, Hornleech is going to be nice because either shit drops or Kartana gets healthy. Or Kartana. Bulu gets healthy. Very cool team from Kory. I'm digging it. Now, he can just... Wow, he's got the Woodhammer Hornleech combo, and he finally gets some luck of his own, but he's helpless. But Woodhammer's still doing so much fucking damage. He's trying to outstall the grassy terrain, which is also helping him, because it's helping him recover 12% at the end of the turn, and it will for one more turn after this. But Blue is also getting healthy, and I would not want to be fighting it. So here comes Tyranitar also to reap the benefits of the last grassy terrain turn, to fire off some bandit stonages. And Zone's going to be the sack. And it does connect. So here comes Lando. Of course, I'm not sure if Ice Punch Fire Punch is a thing, because, again, really not the right guy for SM. What he can do is go to Toxapex and use Haze, because unless it's this DD Taunt Ice Punch, which is it's fucking not, then that will limit it to 1 DD, in which case Kartana will then outrun and smoke it. Or he can stay in and spam Stone Edge, which is fine too, because I was assuming that it was the coverage of Ice Punch, Stone Edge, Earthquake, which is pretty universally good. And instead he gets this nonsense thrown at him instead. I'm not sure what he's really keeping Toxapex for. I guess worst case against Posho's Pex, then he just stalemates it for a while until he figures out what to do. Or runs it out of PP so his other Pokemon have a better shot at it. Well, I guess he sacks Manectric. And Clefable is just barely hanging on by the skin of its teeth. I think Pex was just a. I guess, yeah, because Pex isn't good against Clef, is the thing. I mean, the thing is, Clef cannot heal forever, as you can see, so. And everything else is just going to be getting hammered by these. By these grass attacks. So, he's really hoping for that para, but not getting the 21%. So, Woodhammer just coming up short. Clef going back up. I think he's still out of range. He's in range now. And he's switching out, going to Lando, getting the -1. But I think this is Kory's game. Apologies, I am very sick. So, back to Clef. Here comes Pex. Eating Moonblast. Well, here comes a Thunder. Acted, which is an opportunity for T-Tar to fire off a Banded Stone Edge. Although this paralyzes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the guy. I guess you just switch right to Bulu here. Nope, because I would assume that both Clefable would gladly go for some Calm Mind action against a paralyzed Stone Edging CV Tar. I guess he didn't want to risk any nonsense. So he Smart Strikes, being safe, because Pex is no big deal. And here comes Bulu. Now, this could be tricky, I think. And I think that not sacrifice, because, having Pex or having Manectric here would be a lot more useful than Toxapex. So Horn Leech, I don't know, man. Are you sure about not using Woodhammer here? Okay, I guess that worked out, but I think you really, really want to be using Woodhammer. Yeah. Limit the bullshit. So Pex is also trying his best to stall bullshit out. But, yeah, I just think he's really regretting that choice to not sack Toxapex, because, I mean, look what it's doing. Scald doesn't burn, thank fucking Christ. Just fuck that move. And T-Tar's going down. He's going to Horn Leech up, get some health. No, he's going to Woodhammer. Okay, so terrain ends. Here comes Clef. Whoa, what a move. What was that about? He gets Horn Leeched. I think he was trying to get some health back on the Toxapex sacrifice. And, well, I mean, it's not over, but I just don't see Clef having enough recovery to... Yeah, so that was a good move from Kory. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough recovery to run it out. He's going for the Thunders. I like having Thunder over T-Will for situations like this. So, Pex, Thunder, does shit. Back to Bulu. Not wasting a single turn and giving Clef room for nonsense. Woodhammer, doing a fuckload. Thunder misses, and I think that's game. Wow, Kory played monstrously well again. So let's take another look at that Tapu Bulu. The monster that thing was. Alright, game 3. Black and white. Also, small intermission to mention that Kory apparently did have Thunder Wave Rotom, and that is what he went for against the Gardevoir on the turn it got crit in the Oris game. And we're good. So, Posho is running some Zam Spikes, but no T-Tar. Sand is usually an important, I had a better word, I'm sorry, part of the equation for walls such as Jellicent and Mew. But no big deal. I guess he might have been expecting the other T-Tar to just be on the team, because it's so popular that you can sometimes... I mean, not so much in Black and White with the resurgence of Rain ever since it was discovered how silly Excadrill is. But yeah, sometimes people are like, yeah, I mean, I don't need a T-Tar. Other guy's going to have a T-Tar. I'll use that sand myself, and Jirachi can handle the Latios and Alakazam for me. But, yeah, so, of course, I don't like not running sand, because whenever Tentacruel goes crazy, I go crazy. Because it's so impossible to kill, and it just scalds you for 6,000 fucking years. I mean, look at Posho's team. What in that is taking what is essentially a Hydro Pump with 100% accuracy and 24 PP and 30% chance to burn multiple times? It's the burn part which makes Ferrothorn not good. So Moongus is coming in. I guess he might have I'm not sure because Hypnosis, I guess, Posho was like, yeah, I don't give a shit because it's got such shitty accuracy, and I'm just noticing he has two sleep moves. Nuts. So, okay, maybe he's not Sleep Talk Latios. So I guess he decided that Jirachi's probably bulky, and I'm not going to bust through it, so Zam is my best sleep fodder. And I can just fire off some Psychics here, or we can go right to Pharaoh and continue hazarding it up. But if Jirachi is major spike fodder, of course a Subcalm Minder would probably get destroyed by Garchomp if it is that set. Of course, there's the possibility that it's HBI Subcalm Mind. That's something else, and it's his likeliest rocker, I guess. I mean, I would say Lando, but then I said Scarf Lando, and then I realized he had Hypnosis Polytoad, which is very, very commonly, what's it called? Scarf. So here comes the Lando. Posho making some nice moves. Jirachi into Jirachi initially means very little bullshit. It is a Scarf Lando, or the Garchomp just used Dragon Tail. I doubt it because it doesn't have Rocky Helmet. So I guess it's oh, it's nice. It's Life Orb. That's a great set. Mixed Chomp is awesome. I guess he was also expecting a Scarf Toad, which was why he pulled the trigger on Draco. But he's going to be doing a lot of damage now. So, he's not going to Draco again. I expect him to go back to Lando. Yep, so now he's got the upper hand with the free U-turn. Honestly, he's going to get met with a contact. Oh, it's Scarf Latios. That was a beautifully bluffed move, and he misses. That sucks. Then now he can maybe even go to Tentacruel and get a spin-off. Yeah, that really sucks. So, at first I was like, how did Posho just let himself get played like that? But that was beautifully done. And that's why he did not let Latios take the Spore. Because I was like, if your specs on this team, just make it Sleep Talk. It's not like Trick is absolutely needed. You have a lot of other wall-breaking options. And there you go. That's why. So that's really cool. Would have worked, too. So, yep. So I think it's it's some sort of brutal Landorus. It has to wall break in some capacity. So gravity, rock, polish, sword dance, sub, all that stuff. Jirachi's going to be Shuka, four attacks, that good stuff. And so Spadef, and he provokes him into switching to Ferrothorns, which is Thunderous. And let's see how Focus Blast is feeling today. Latios can't switch into it. Nothing can switch into this Focus Blast. I guess Jirachi doesn't mind it. Oh, he subs. That's a great set. It's Solwin's, I believe. And now, from behind the sub, he just hide behind it and dish out massive damage. So, so he's going to be just offensive, but with... Oh. I guess... What could his coverage be that Iron Head is his best move? Fire move, for sure. Maybe it's sub, Iron Head, Fire Punch... And then Thunderbolt or Toxic. I think Toxic is like it. That would be Subtoxic. Damn. So he can even come out of this with a sub intact. So now he subs up again. Being weak to Thunderous is like a lot of black and white teams aren't, because I guess the T-Tar usually does it for you, and he goes to Latios knowing another sub is coming, and then he's going to chase it out with Garchomp. So there's that. But Thunderous definitely did massive, massive damage. Of course, Garchomp is going to claim one, as the kids say. Now, is he like also a Scarf Toad, as that barely survives? Could be Custap too, so he makes the safe move and goes to Ferrothorn. Wow, that did a lot. That is specs. It was more afraid of Custap than Scarfing. Which is, it's cool because sometimes you'll be at 2% and T-Tar comes in and just blast it. I got a faster T-Tar to trap you, obviously. Or something like Zam or Scarf Lando or some other shit. So, that did a lot. Thing is that the only way he has of really damaging the Pharaoh are, this focus blasting Thunderous. And he hits and he connects, and that's... because Lando's outrun, so he's just gonna keep coming in and killing things with this Thunderous. I mean, rocks limit it, but... And he's got the Scarf Lando and Garchomp also. I think Posho switches here. Nope, he didn't, because Garchomp's faster and Thunderous switch. So he Earthquakes, ballsy moves to make sure Jirachi wouldn't Life Orb stall him, but he does sacrifice the useless thing in Amogus. And I think he U-turns here, because even if Posho stays in, then he'll just pretty much be dead, and then it's Thunderous City. So he HP Ice is also a good move, actually. Wow. That was very nice from Posho. Although I think it's Subtoxic, so I don't think it matters. I think he just should stay in, because it's not HP Ice. It would have HP Ice the Thunderous. So I think you just stay in and HP Ice, and I guess he can't really hurt him without the ability to make a sub. Nice move from Posho. Yeah, but I mean, HP Ice just would have helped there, too, so... because he's in desperation mode. But now, actually now Scarflando HP Ice is just going to clean up really hard, so... because I assume it's like gravity or something. So, I think you sack Tentacruel here, because it does shit to those other 4 Pokemon. And Garchomp was nice, because not only did it cover Jirachi, but it also covered Tentacruel. So, I mean, it covered him switching at all, since it also chased out Thunderous. Not that it was ever coming in there, so. But yeah, it was nice. So, what's Posho doing here? Is he switching again to, well, no, because nothing else wants to match up against any of Posho's other Pokemon. Or Kory's other Pokemon, sorry. So, yeah, after this, Lando comes in, HP Ices. Then Jirachi's going to be dead after Rocks. Zam is sleeping. I think he has to switch to Zam and then double to Lando as Kory goes to Jirachi to be safe and Rock Polish. Because if Posho's Landorus is Rock Polish and it gets one off, then it will win the game. In any case, Tentacruel has to be sacrificed here. 100%. I guess what you could do also is get Thunderous in on... Well, because what I was going to say is get Thunderous in somehow and then just hope that Zam sleeps for 2 turns while you 2 KO it. But you can't, because he can only revenge... Or can he? Okay, so the thing is here that either he can revenge, or I guess he can use U-turn. Okay, so I was going to say let Jirachi die and then go Thunderous, because Thunderous outruns Lando, outruns Jirachi, and you 2 KO Zam, so you almost certainly win that way. But in this situation, then you can U-turn, which is much better, and then Garchomp is... I think it dies to Rocks, and you go for that situation, and then you still have your Jirachi for the Zam. So maybe he Thunders. And okay, and actually no, that was definitely one, because as soon as he Thunders down to the Sash, then Scarf Lando HPI sweeps, unless it's Yachi, Rock Polish, Lando. Kory's saying okay, but I don't know why, because he's still winning. I guess maybe he can go to... I was going to say go to Jirachi, but I'm not really... I don't think it really matters. Well, now he just spams HP Ice and hopes it's not Yachi, Rock Polish. Of course, if it lives, I mean, he has no choice. Yeah, I guess he couldn't go Jirachi, because then that could let Lando set up, and you can't really afford that. I mean, you can sub because you have 2 faster Pokemon with HP Ice, but you can't Rock Polish. So, yeah, that was fine. Posho's thinking about this. I think he's just calcing on Lando. In any case, the moves here are set in stone. Oh, I guess he's... No, because he can sag Garchomp. Well, I guess we should head to the damage calc ourselves because Lando versus Lando, just assuming, Scarf against Scarf HP Ice. HP Ice does kill naive Lando after rocks, always. So, or minus FNF, whatever, if it's bulkless. And on that team, it's almost surely offensive, given their guard chomp, which lures other Landos. Thus, physical sweeper kind of enjoys that. Not to mention, you've also got Jirachi toxicking them, assumedly, since it's probably sub-toxic. A sub-fire punch T-Bolt is cool, but matchup based. So I just rather toxic. So you toxic Rotom and the ground, and not the grounds, because if there's a Gliscor, Garchomp's ideally looking to get it. But and it might be even be HPA Zam. So no, he doesn't sack Garchomp. I just think it was better to sack the Garchomp that had no chance to do anything than. And he lives. Oh god, is it Rock Polish? It's not Life Orb. Uh-oh. And he wins. It was Earthplate or something. Good god. That was unexpected. Oh, it was Jolly. Why the fuck was it Jolly Scarf Lando? Okay, that I seriously don't understand. So it didn't kill it because it was Jolly Scarf Lando, which makes the roll this. And wow, okay, whoever had the genius idea of, because I don't think Corey's a black and white guy, but Jolly HPI Scarf Lando. Why the fuck do you want naive? So you can switch into Zam once from 80% without rocks? God, yeah, I can, and that's gonna cost them a series. So it was a very haxy back and forth. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you can put up with my nonsense, because I know I stumbled a bit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later and all that shit.